couple of them come in here, you know. Mm-hmm. The couple of them that come in here, I can notice it right away. I can see their aura and stuff. And I know right away that they're witches. And because I've been well, I lived somewhere where they were plentiful, so I learned a lot. And
you fuck with the witches?
No, I don't fuck with it. I have before, and I got caught up, you know, without knowing, being aware of it. But now that I'm aware and I can sense it, I stay away from them for the most part. I'm still friendly with them, but I just don't, you know, I won't get naked with them or anything, or go work with them, or go to their house and work for them or anything like that. Because, you know, the next thing you know, you find yourself there every day doing work for free. I'm serious. That could happen. But one time I was in Colorado Springs and I had a good friend. She lived up on the mountain, and I only lived like a mile away, but she lived a little further up the mountain. And she worked for a lawyer. Her name was Pam. She was the whatever you call the paralegal for a lawyer in Manitou Springs, right? Manitou Springs is just up the mountain from Colorado Springs on the west side of town, which is up
Coral Spring, yeah.
Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
It's 14,000 feet. All right. At the base of the mountain is Colorado Springs, the west side, southwest side of town, and then as you come up the into the foothills there, that's Manitou Springs. All right. It's very powerful and very, very well known throughout history as being an area for some type of witchcraft, some type of things that go on. A lot of happened. A whole tribe of Indians was slaughtered there by some old fuckers that were up there gold mining. They were a whole fucking tribe, women and children, and that whole area is off limits. All right, but around there you can feel the spirit. You know,
it's spiritual, right?
It's strong. So one time I was at her house and I was working on the truck, and she called me in for dinner. So I had stepped away from the truck for just 1 second, and told her, "I'll be right there. Let me just throw this I was changing the oil. I was almost done with the tune-up on her old truck, and I said, let me just throw this oil filter on here so I don't forget. So when I put the oil in, real quick, give me a minute." And just as I turned back to the truck, the hood on this old truck, which took me every time I've lifted it, takes 2 hands, not only to lift it but to close it. You have to grab it with 2 hands to close it. So, you know, it just doesn't, you know, and it's stout, you know, it's an old truck, and all of a sudden, the hood just boom slammed down.
Yeah, they're scary.
And I turned and I looked at her. I go, "Pam, what's that all about?" And she goes, "I told you, I called you in for dinner, and the spirits want you to."
Yeah, spiritual power. Some spiritual
I was
power.
like, holy shit. And she had another house. She had that's another whole another story. This is a little more powerful. She had another house that was built into the mountain out of stone.
Yeah.
The electric ran outside the stone walls and down conduit, like that was attached to the wall. And it was, I don't even want to tell this story.
You
Very
see
powerful.
you
Very
see
powerful.
some.
She was into crystals, and she could make it rain. This woman, just by moving stuff around, she could make the sunshine only over this house.
Yeah.
There'd be sunshine everywhere else, but she could make it rain over this house by moving the crystals around.
You see it somewhere? You see it in your life?
I witnessed it for myself. Yeah, I witnessed it. Yeah, at her house.
Yeah, and you feel it
in 1995.
Yeah.
And I left Colorado in '97, but this really happened. I swear to you, on my life, on my kids, this really happened.
Yeah.
And I wasn't, you know, this isn't a, you know, it wasn't no mirage or illusion. I witnessed this, and I had to take it for a grain of salt. And she explained it to me. She explained, you know, it could be frightening for most people. Another time, I went past. I had a girl with me, and I went with my truck. I went beyond up this dirt road, beyond where I was supposed to go, in this off-limits area where I was telling you about, where this whole tribe of Indians was slaughtered. And I had this great truck, this old Dodge 3/4 ton, and I kept up on it real well. Well, we were up there, and the truck was running. It was winter time, and the heat was blowing, and all of a sudden, the thing just started knocking, and I just shut it off. And I looked, I'm like, oh fuck, you know, it sounds like this fucking, like the motor's just blown, like there's no oil in it. Out of the clear blue. I get out, I look under the truck, there's no oil under there. Drain plug's still in there. No oil is under the truck.
I'm scared.
I went to start it back up, same thing. La, la, la. I said, holy shit. Now we were up at an elevation and up a dirt road that's up on a hill, so I was able to coast down. I just put it in neutral and coasted down. And I told this girl, and she's like, "What's happened?" She was frightened. I said, "Relax, I got this. My truck's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. I didn't take you up here to fucking do anything, like run out of gas and do some crazy shit."
Mm-hmm.
So I rolled down, get back on the paved road, keep rolling down.
You check her feet.
I stopped again.
Feet is look like
No,
wrong
you
way.
check her feet.
Yeah.
So I stopped again once I got on the pavement
Mm-hmm.
and the oil level. Once I got on flat road,
Mm-hmm.
I finally pulled over and I checked the oil level. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
So now I had gotten out of that area. I'm back on level ground on the pavement.
Mm-hmm.
I started up, fine. Truck was fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't low on oil. It was nothing. It was just. It
some
happened.
spiritual.
I wasn't supposed to be there. I was
yeah.
somewhere where I wasn't supposed to be. I don't think it was the woman that was in the car with me. I don't believe she had anything to do with it. She was just there with me. But it was me that took us beyond where we were supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, I knew how to handle it. I knew not to panic. I knew what it was, and I just didn't feel like explaining it to her. I just told her it's one of those things.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just, you know, but anybody that knows about Manitou Springs, they know about this. That was a whole lot about nothing. Why would you ask me some shit like that?
I enjoy with your story,
That's a
man.
real story, man.
Yeah.
That really happened.
That's nice story.
My sister still lives on that mountain, up somewhere a little further, up closer to where the casinos are,
Mm-hmm.
which is up in Cripple Creek,
Mm-hmm.
a little further up the mountain. So she still lives there, and she goes to Manitou Springs now and then. And when I've talked to her, she goes to this one particular bar she goes to. There's always this old man. I've seen him too.
Mm-hmm.
He's not really there in person, but there's an old man. There's a ghost of an old man dressed in black with a black cowboy hat. This old man,
Yeah.
with kind of like John Wayne stature, and he would stand there and just watch everybody. And like sometimes he'd be out in front of the bar, on the corner, like on the street. Sometimes he'd be in the bar, just standing there near the bar. Just,
Yeah.
And you look around, nobody else sees him. Very few people. know
Just
about
few
him. Now,
people
some of the
just
people that work
like
there,
feel the spiritual.
some of the people that work there know
Yeah.
about him. My sister says she sees him all the time. Every time she goes there.
Yeah.
I saw him also.